It's day 5 and I'm super excited. We are on a grace day, right? You've been through it till now, right? And I'm super excited. Congratulations, you made it to day 5 and it can only get better. Today we want to talk about the real estate products, right? Yeah. Real estate products 101. We're going to be talking about other things. We've laid a foundation to this. I'm just going to do a build up on this where we spoke about understanding real estate in Nigeria in I think it was day 2 class, right? So moving on, just want to give us a clear perspective of real estate products, right? There's nothing really that you've not known. Probably you don't know they are real estate products, right? But you must know what you're selling, because how do you sell what you're not knowledgeable about? If you're into a market, you're into any product, it's very important that you understand both the market and you understand the product. So there is the market and there is the product for the market. I hope you understand that, right? So because if you don't understand it, you can't explain it, and if you can't explain it, there's no conviction and nobody can buy. There's no decision power, right? And if you can't explain it, you can't sell it, and if you can't sell it, you can't get the money, right? So that's just it, right? So you need to know your product. You need to know what you're selling. If you don't understand the product very well in the real estate space, there is no how you can sell it, and there's no money can come to you, and that cannot. It's a chain reaction, right? So why this matters, right? Well, welcome on again to day 5. It's mission 1000. Yeah. So we are not just building active realtors, we are building professionals, and that is you, right? We're building you into being a professional. Probably you've been experienced to an extent in the real estate space, but beyond that, we are building you to be efficient, right? And that is as a result of sufficient knowledge and product understanding, right? People who understand the market and the value they carry, right? That is the kind of person you're. The person who understands the market and the value it carries, right? So that is what this class is going to be all about. So let me tell you something. The difference between a struggling agent and a top closer, someone who closed the deal, the same is what? They understand the product. They understand the product. When you truly know what you are selling, your confidence increases, your communication becomes clearer, and most importantly, your client trusts you more. When the client is talking about, I want to rent a house, and then you can tell them, okay, I understand you have a family, you have a daughter, I would say you should go for 2-bedroom in this location due to this environment. You can be in their shoes and help them to navigate. You know what property is best for them. They tell you their budget. You can help them, you can advise them as a consultant and give them the best choice investment, not because of what you think is good for your pocket. Because the mistake with many realtors is that they are all driven by what they can get. They are not driven by securing that which is good for their client and which has better benefit. Because if you satisfy one client, that client has more clients to bring to you. They don't have to promise you that I'll bring other people to you, but it will just be at their subconscious mind that whenever it comes to real estate, Kemi is my go-to, Kentoria is my go-to, Festus is my go-to, right? So you guys understand what I'm saying? Yes. So this brings us to understand that real estate is not just land and building. It's about understanding the unique products that meet different problems for different people at different times. You must understand that. And that is what we want to discuss. The products. Understanding real estate products 101. We're going to talk more on this. There are types of real estate products now. I'm going to be listing some of them. Let me break down the core categories of real estate products in Nigeria that every realtor must understand. Number 1 we have on our list is what? Land. Land is a product of real estate. Land is a product of real estate. Most, when it comes to land, we're talking about undeveloped plots, plain land, undeveloped, unbuilt on. Do you understand? There is no structure standing on it yet, but it's just that plain field. Land, it's a product. What do you understand about land? Makes you exceptional or not, right? So let me give us an insight. In Abuja, land has various land purpose and use. Do you understand? Land has various purpose and use, and one way system that has been created by the government in Abuja is that we have something called FCDA, that is the Federal Capital Development Authorities, and we have something called AGIS, that is the Abuja Geographical Information System. This system will be put together for you to do your search when you are to purchase a land or you are to sell a land for one of your clients, so that they can understand and know intrinsically beyond the person telling you what the purpose of the land is. You can then tell that this land is for residential purpose, is for commercial purpose. Remember our previous class talking about different categories of real estate, right? Talking about residential, commercial, industrial, right? So you understand that land is one product, and probably the most common product, right? A lot of people are selling land. We ourselves, we have a lot of landed property because every built story buildings, duplexes, and the likes all started what? On the plain ground, right? So it's very important that now, narrowing down to Abuja, you must understand the land. Is this land, you need to go there. It's most advisable that if you want to buy land when it is raining. This is the best time to buy land. So you go there for inspection. You are very sure that this land is not a swampy area. There is no water along, because anybody can easily sell a land to you when it's dry season, and everywhere looks solid. You are not sure until rain comes, especially if you are in Lagos or you are in some parts in Abuja, right? It's very, very important that you understand land. Understand it. This could be residential, commercial, or agricultural land. In fact, lands in Abuja are categorized. In fact, we have religious land. So people, you have somebody who wants to buy a church land. You don't just go and buy a land and you don't check the purpose of the land. You don't check the land use. It's very important, right? You need to check the land if it's for religious purpose. You want to build a mosque, you want to build a church, you must be sure that that land is designated for religious purpose. It's for educational purpose, mostly fall under commercial purpose. Commercial land, there are some land that are called MF or MP, multifunction or multi-purpose. That means you can build both residential and commercial hubs. So you could go into an environment, you see both, they have a place people are living, and the same place they have co-working space, right? That is duality of purpose, right? Typically solid land is typically solid in plots or square meters, right? So most times when we talk about land, you must understand plots. So when somebody is telling you, oh, in Abuja, what is mostly common is square meters. 150 square meter, 250 square meter, 300 square meter, 400 square meter, 450 square meter, 1000 square meter. What is square meter? It's talking about now the word just skipped my mind, but the diameters of the land, right? The sphere, the space that land you are being allocated to covers. That is what is called the square meter, right? Mostly it's land are always cut in squares, right? So it's very, very important that you understand square meters, you understand what a plot is, you understand what two plot is. Now, what is a plot in Lagos might not be what is a plot in Port Harcourt, might not be what is a plot in Abuja. Another example, let me just give an example. Estate plots in Gwagwalada, Ibeju, Lekki, Abuja, Wuse, Apollo, Kogoma, right? They are called estate plots. They are commercial plots, meaning they are meant for commercial purpose, right? When it comes to land, you must understand the benefits, the affordability, the appreciation, and the flexibility. Products we need to understand is built properties. That is, those are standing structures, right? Either house, apartments, duplexes, hotels, malls, Understand built properties. Those are standing structures. These are finished or off-plan buildings available for outright sales or installments, right? It depends on who is selling it to you. Most time installment is available with developers, right? So build properties can be residential or investment focused, rental apartment, Airbnb, right? You must know sizes, e.g. for example now 3-bedroom bungalow, block of flats, right, and the likes like that. Pricing, finishing levels, title document, and payment plan. As someone who is knowledge about the product, it's very, very important that you understand these things. You must understand what 3-bedroom is, 4-bedroom is, 5-bedroom is. Does it have a BQ? What's the environment? If someone is selling, when somebody wants to sell a property and you're the one selling it, you must be able to know what is the title document of this property, right? Like somebody brought a property to me just yesterday, and then the person wants to sell that property for 420 million naira in Lubeye for a 4-bedroom duplex with a BQ and a library. And I asked us, what's the title of this land? He said it's a R of O. That means the land does not have C of O, but it has R of O, which is a good land document also, right? It means right of occupants, right? So yes, it's very important that you understand build property. Another thing is what the commercial unit. That is another product in real estate. Commercial units, shops, office space, warehouse, hotels. Those are commercial. When it talks about commercial, it brings about their economic activities, transactions through those structures. Hotels brings in people in every day, coming, going out. Service apartment, people come in every day, going out, and it's bringing in revenue every day. Shops, malls, and plazas, right? Complexes and malls. These places brings about revenues every day. Those are traction. These are high return potential, but require market understanding and proper positioning. It's very important that you have a proper positioning, right? So we just have two more. Number 4 is off-plan projects. Off-plan projects. It's raining here in Abuja. I don't know if it's raining where you are watching, so right? Off-plan projects, right? Property sold at a discounted price before construction is completed. Those are off-plan projects. Off-plan projects are properties that are sold before the construction is completed. So they say, okay, come and buy this project. You are not seeing the house yet. They just show you the prototype, and then you come and buy that land. And then with your initial deposit, they are able to raise up a structure to a reasonable level. Probably you deposited 40 million, 50 million, and they raise it up to a particular level, and then you complete to finish your building to your taste, or you'll be the one to finish it for yourself. So you can buy off-plan projects. These are products of real estate. These require good developers' credibility. So if you are a realtor, you are looking to selling, or you are an investor looking to invest in off-plan, it's very important that you check the track record of that developer. Have you checked his previous buildings, or if it's his first project, right? You need to understand who are the people working as his construction team, how proficient are they, the architectural design, how catchy it is, right? The structure of the whole building, right? The foundation with quality control and everything. Does he have building approval? If he does not have building approval and he has built, that building is at the risk of demolition, right? These are things you need to educate your client on. Timeline. So if you are talking about off-plan project and you don't talk about timeline, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Off-plan project, the developer must be able to tell you that within this time and this time, in 6 months time, in 1 year time, we will deliver your project. So as a developer delivered before, okay, he's a first time developer. Okay, what has he done before that he has said and he has done? Okay, he said this land is okay and it was actually okay, and then he said we will deliver this project to you within 8 months, right? So you must be able to communicate to your client the timeline when it comes to off-plan projects, right? What are the risks involved? You need to understand the risk of off-plan. Sometimes it could be delayed, sometimes Some of these developers probably have not gotten their building approval. You need to get to be sure that they have building approval. They are just looking for funds. They don't have building approval yet. You need to be sure they have building approval. Risk, so that is one of those risks, right? You need to understand the value projection when it comes to overall project. You buying this project at an up plan level. You buy it very affordable. It is not completed yet. Probably a completed structure will be around 120 million. But an off plan is probably 80 million, 60 million naira. Right? You must be able to let your client understand, profit projection, return on investment projection. So they know that, you can tell your client, if you buy this property now, you are very sure that by the time this property is completed, you can be able to sell it times 2 of the money you purchase the off-plan project for, right? Those are the kind of things you need to understand. And number 5 is what? Co-investment or fractional ownership, rather. Co-investment or fractional ownership, right? This is a new model where multiple investors, right, contribute towards a project or property and share returns. In fact, whether you and your family member, you and your friend, you guys can decide to co-own a plot. That is a joint investment. You bring in your 1 million, I bring in my 1 million, and we bought a property of 2 million naira. And then after 2 years or a year, we sell the property for about 5 million naira. We share profits, right? Clearly, agreement must be clear. This lowers the entry barrier for new investors, new developers, new clients, right? So if you're looking to come to real estate space, this is one of the ways you can come in co-investment. That is fractional ownership, right? Every product is different. It's very important. Every product is different. Know what it is, who it is for, how it works, and how to position it. Let me repeat that. Every product is different. Know what it is, who it is for, how it works, and how to position it. So you know how to sell an Airbnb, you know how to sell a land, you know how to sell an off-plan project, you know how to sell a commercial structure. Do you understand? You know how to sell a block of flat. You know how to position this product. You know who it's for, you know who it's not for, right? So different product for different categories of people. There are people whose financial capacity, some people have houses, they are not looking to buy another house. They are probably looking for a way to invest better. You present to them commercial real estate. Let them buy a unit in a plaza, invest in a unit in a plaza. They are building a plaza, bring your 100 million naira, and that unit, the whole money that comes from that unit every year, we're getting about 50 million naira return on investment every year from the rental income that comes in from that investment, right? If someone walks up to you by 3 a.m. and asks, what's the difference between 300 square meter and 400 square meter in our project Avon City, for example, right? You should be able to answer confidently, right? You should be able to tell them, okay, 300 square meter, these are the diameters for 300 square meter. This is the diameter for 400 square meter. What is buildable on it is so and so. What is buildable on it is so and so. You can get so and so amount of parking space. This is what these diameters of the land portion affords you to build on, right? So you must be able to answer this thing completely. Somebody asks you, what is the return on buying a 2-bedroom off plan in Apo Wasa, for example? You should educate, not guess. So if you are buying an off-plan project in Apo, you should be able to educate the person based on the financial return, investment opportunity that is in it, right? I don't want the video to be too long, right? So that you get to enjoy what you're listening to, right? So one of the things you need to remember is that you are not just a sales person, a realtor, someone who is just there to sell. You are a consultant. Comment in this comment section, say I am a consultant. And consultants know their stuffs, they know it. They don't guess, right? They don't guess. So it's very important that you have a very strong knowledge about your product. Start practicing how to explain real estate product like a pro. That is how clients can start taking you seriously, right? Start learning how to explain. Put yourself before the camera, shoot videos. Assuming you're talking to a client, and record yourself and listen to yourself. If you yourself will be convinced, if you yourself will take yourself serious, you understand? That's how you practice it, and then you gain confidence over time. Nobody does write out of the blues. So here's the assignment for today. List 3 real estate products you understand best. List 3 real estate products you understand best. Drop it in the classroom, right? In quick sentence about what makes each one of them, right? Each one of them unique, right? So let me go over it again. List 3 real estate products you understand best, and write in short sentence what makes each of them unique, right? This will sharpen your clarity and help us to know what area you need help to grow with, right? So let me just say this for a closing. Knowledge is the real product before any land or house. Knowledge, I'm telling you, knowledge, words, you must learn how to talk, but you must have something here also. Is the real product before land, housing. Knowledge is the real product. Know what you're selling, you increase in your conversion rate, right? So see you day 6, right? Yes, when this is day 5, see you in day 6 of Mission 1000. Let's keep building together. And my name is Emmanuel Adeyemi, team lead Binarity.